Kia ora koutou. My name is Kelly-Anne Waitoa. I'm from Rangitukia, live in Tiki. At the moment, I'm a bit all over the place with my mahi, so I work for two aunties of mine. One is an ACC navigator, another is MP coordinator for our whānau on the coast. And then I'm doing my own thing at the moment, trying to figure out how to best work with whānau in the social work space.
Beautiful. And I'm just going to be right up front. I don't know any of that, but I saw some of your real talk kōrero. So you've started, or you've been sharing some real talk kōrero, and I thought, this is it. This is what we need to be hearing. This is the kōrero, the attitude, the keenness to reach out to whānau that we need to also have on our podcast. So thank you for being an episode of your own. Now, you talked about how best to navigate with whānau.
Yeah.
And our kaupapa is trying to build trust. What does that look like up the coast?
I think, living rurally and living rural for many years, we heavily rely on our relationships with people. The relationships we have with others determines how much we trust you. So if we don't see you enough, which is consistency, then we're going to back up a little bit. And I do that all the time. Of course, working with people, it seems a bit easier for me, but I really value somebody that's going to have a warm welcome, have consistency when I'm going to see them, have little expectation when I'm there, when I visit, and meeting me halfway, I guess. I know that we're limited with the workers that we have, so of course that's going to be a barrier when they're busy, we're busy. How do we meet in the middle? But if I'm there sitting figuring out how to get this consistency, I'm going to get fed up. We have to meet each other both ways for this to be able to work.
Yeah, I like that, and it's just something simple. How are we going to work together?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there's a lot to consistency, but like I said in the beginning, if you want to build a relationship, that's one of the main ways to start it. By being consistent. Not ringing me 5 months later to say, hey, you're due for your immunisations. You're a bit medical neglect now.
Yes, well, we talked a little bit.
Yeah.
We talked about that off screen or off camera before we were recording.
Yes, so my baby's immunisations were overdue. There were a few reasonings behind why she was overdue, but of course I take ownership of not sorting that out for my baby. But I went in yesterday. I got a phone call. What's today?
Wednesday.
I got a phone call on Monday afternoon to ask if I could take her to catch up on her IMS the following day. I think when I received the call it was after lunch, early arvo, and already I've got to figure this out quick, because if I'm gonna take her, then it needs to be what do you call it?
It's a whole coordination.
Yeah, it's just it's a whole process.
Yes, we're here.
No, the doctor's is 20 minutes away. But also this is last minute, so it means I've got to rejig my
your plans for the week.
My plans to get her there. So I did, but when I did, me and her father took her in, and we both got our backs up because we were a little bit treated like we were the ones that were the problem. And so of course you're going to get a bit defensive. It's uncomfortable and you just want to get out of there.
Yes. And you're here, you know, we have to, driving 3 minutes seems like far out when it's at last minute, you know, at the drop of a hat. We can't just turn everything around. We're māmā, we're partners, we're the whole world.
And I mean, I guess the hardest thing for me is that since she was behind, we had to try and get her up to date, which meant she needed 3 injections that day. She's 2 now, so she's fully aware of what's going on.
Yes.
She knows what a needle is. She knows that it hurts. So trying to keep her calm as well. I didn't know how that was going to go, but my baby's tough. She was all good, didn't cry.
Oh, see, even I get scared of that. I'm not ready. I can't manage it because I think I was fine with my 2 big babies, and then when my 3rd baby came, I was a weakling. No, I'm not holding her. I don't want to. I'll walk like this, you know. So
well, that's another thing too. I've never actually held my own children getting their IMS. Their father or my friends or my siblings will take them in, and I'm kind of a little bit away. I can't watch that.
Yeah, it's hard.
Yeah, it is. It's hard.
So that what we go through emotionally, spiritually, as māmā, we're hearing that kind of mamai ourselves in that time with getting the IMS, and then having to, you know, feel a little bit blamed, was it?
Yeah.
Or a little bit feeling uncomfortable.
Yeah.
It just adds to the mix.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
And you know, I guess that's the thing with expectations, as a parent, mums and dads, there is an expectation over you of how you should be treating your children, that you should immunise them. And I mean, like, I was a young mum, so my older kids are teenagers now, but when I took them to be immunised, I only done that because I thought that's what you had to do. I actually thought it was illegal to not immunise your children. I now know that that's not a thing.
Well, it felt like everyone just did it. Like we had the babies, and then we took them to the doctor at 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And then there was another one, I think, this is from memory, 18 months, and then they had before school ones, I think, you know.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
it was just part of our living. It was part of how we grew up and the things that you did when you become a māmā, I suppose, eh?
Yeah, and I will say that even though I've had 3 children immunised, I don't think that I've ever had somebody explain to me exactly what immunisations are for, why we have them, and all of, you know, all of the background stuff. I may actually still be just floating on my own knowledge here.
Well, see, that's interesting, because where's the information? And I suppose, is it lucky? I don't know, but a scenario where we just continue to do the thing is very interesting when we're not. That's a lot of trust.
Yeah.
We're trusting in what we've always done.
Yeah, so I guess that goes back to the generational thing, eh? So like my mum immunised us, our whānau were all immunised, so we just followed suit and done the same thing. But I have and I know whānau that aren't immunised at all, and that's all good with me, eh? Each to their own. But at first, when I had my first children, I found out people weren't immunised. I was like, oh my God, they're not immunised. They might make my kids sick.
Yes. I wanted to understand the division and why our whānau feel so distant if they choose not to immunise. And that's the kōrero away.
Yeah, I think there's also a little bit there where our people hate to be forced into things.
Yes.
We like to control our own lives. Yep. I know I do. And how I'm going to, you know, raise my whānau. And if there's a little bit of thing there where I feel like I'm being controlled, I'll push back.
Yes.
And normal behaviour. But I was also listening to you just talking there, and I was thinking, yeah, it's because sometimes we feel like we're being forced to get our A into G. Yeah. And we hate that. I hate that.
And I don't want to.
Yeah. It's
I
like,
don't feel like it.
Don't force me to make decisions.
Yeah. Well,
but then it makes us move with panic.
Yeah.
Because when I went to get my baby immunised yesterday, her dad said to me, "Did you bring her well child book?" And I said, "Oh, no, I didn't." And then I'm in my head thinking, "Oh no, I'm going to get a growling because I forgot her book." When really it doesn't matter. They have their own system, eh?
Yes.
But this is how we're made to think. If we're not doing these things, if we don't have these things,
then
you're a bad mum.
naughty. Yeah. That's it. And then a little bit of, it gets colder and colder.
Yeah.
With each uncomfortable moment, because they are, eh? They're little moments, a little look like, "Oh, you didn't bring the book." Oh, far out.
Yeah.
Please leave me alone. I had to change
Let's
everything.
just do the injections.
Yeah, I'm trying hard here. I'm trying hard, whānau. Cool. So, I love this kōrero. And I want to go back to, we're 20 minutes away. You're 20 minutes away. And Tāna's even further away. And and
petrol is $3 a litre.
Yes! Oh my gosh. Everything's stacked against making stuff easy. Yeah. And so there's a harder job. Is it a harder job? That might be a bad choice of words. But there's more involved in a different way to getting access to services at home, up the coast, than it is in town. Can you, when I say that, does anything pop into mind that maybe some of us in town, or the townies, take for granted, or they wouldn't understand about living rurally and the access?
Probably just the timing of things, because when things aren't so close, your day looks different. So, for instance, if I'm going to take my baby to the doctor's, that's 2 hours. I'm not just going 10 minutes down the road and then going back to work. I can't just do it on my lunch break. That's pretty much a quarter of my day gone, just sorting her out. So I guess that's one thing that townies may take for granted. I won't say that you guys have better access to, medical nurses and things like that, because I know it's tough everywhere. But we only have like 2 or 3 in our entire area. And that means that those people are seeing hundreds of kids. So we have to work on their time. So like I said, when I got a call yesterday, on Monday afternoon, I knew I had to make that work, because I didn't know when I was going to be able to fit in again. It would probably look like next year, because we're cracking into Christmas gatherings and people finishing school, work and everything like that. It is just tough living rurally. And if you're broke, you ain't going nowhere.
Yes.
Because one thing with living rurally is that everything you purchase is for a reason. There's no leeway when you have to slot other things in, especially if you've got no gas.
Yeah. Like
that gas that I used on Monday could have been used for something else.
Yes.
Things like that.
How many petrol stations can you visit? Are there any in Tiki?
No, none in Tiki. So we've got the one in Rua, which is 19 k's away from my house, and then we've got the one in Te Araroa, which is 24 k's from my house. I know this because when I'm travelling for work, I've got to write it in, Otherwise, we've got TP, which is even further. So Rua is our closest option for petrol. If we go to Tātau, it's a little bit further, but the road is different. It's windier, wastes more of your gas.
And that is important. See, these are the types of things we're thinking about. We have to factor into a normal day that us living in Gizzy don't have to think about those things. There's potholes and things like that, but it's not the same. It isn't the same as home.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
I mean, it took me an extra half an hour to get here today because of our roadworks. But in saying that, I think, you'll find that coasties think a lot about the little things because we have to. So the little things matter to us.
And that can matter in a big way to our hawara.
Oh, yeah.
All those things are stacked up and they're already working against us when we're just trying to get baby to be immunised.
Yeah. Because so if you go and poke one of those little things and make us angry, that's you. Cut off the list.
It's a culling.
We don't want to work with you anymore.
Cool. So, work.
Yeah.
Working relationships. Now you talked about a few roles. Can you talk to us a little bit more about these roles? And I want to know of any experiences, scenarios about how you build trust, a real experience that happened, or how you may have lost some trust, or you lost trust in that relationship.
That's a good question. And I'll start off by saying I'm not the best worker in the world, and I know I make mistakes. So I know there probably are people out there that don't that have their different opinion of me and how I work. My roles within within all of the jobs I've had have heavily relied on me building relationships with other people. Okay. If that doesn't work out, if I can't connect with somebody, it means I can't do my job at all. So over the years, I've really knuckled down and tried to come to an understanding of how to do that best. I work with a lot of hard to reach whānau, so it's my job to really pull them out and make them feel comfortable in a community where they don't want to be in. And the way I've done that is I just made sure that as I was turning up as I was. So even if they met me outside of work, my personality would be the same. My language would be the same, and keeping that consistency was important for them too. So if I said I was going to be there on Tuesday at 1 o'clock, I was there on Tuesday at 1 o'clock. If they needed support in any other way, even if I couldn't help them, I'd let them know, hey, actually I can't do anything about that. But I know where you can go, or maybe you have to wait another couple of weeks. It's the honesty that they appreciate, eh? Even if you can't help them, they just want to know whether you can or you can't. They need an answer. So Real Talk was something I started when I was working within our meth rehab, which is a meth rehab located on the east coast, marae based. And it was there I was doing my social work studies. So I started off there doing a placement, and I stayed because I loved the type of people that I was working with and meeting there. And when I was there, I was told by one of my bosses at the time to figure out what I want to do with the whānau. Hey, like while you're here, do something with them to engage and help you grow. And that's where Real Talk came from. And initially it was just 6 sessions about kaupapa that we all think about every day. Which I think the first one was beliefs and values, trauma. I guess this is this kaupapa that they think about all the time. Beliefs and values, trauma, relationships, and a couple of emotions, a couple of others.
And those are real important because we do all think about them, and if we're not thinking about them, we're feeling them.
Yeah.
And if we're not feeling them at a surface level, it's something that we've experienced.
Oh yeah.
And we should help bring to the surface and make it more easy to talk about in normal settings, you know?
Yeah, and that's why at first I had just been sharing those sessions with the whānau at the marae, because at first I was a little embarrassed myself to be having these discussions. So that was my safe space with them to share. And then as time went on, I thought, man, how ridiculous that we're denying being human. So the whānau at the Huarahi Pai are all people that are judged. So as I was sharing this kōrero with them, I realised we're all human beings. So this kaupapa is actually for everyone, not just them. Because at the end of the day, we're all human. We all operate the same, whether we want to admit it or not. We all have feelings, emotions, and go through hard things. So that was really where it came from and how it's sprouted into public today. But I've always said to myself, if you're going to do something, own it, whether it's right or wrong. So this is me owning my kaupapa, putting it out into the public and talking about things that encourage people to talk about it too. Because I know that there hasn't been one person that's denied me a conversation in my mahi with real talk. It's something that they've been waiting to do. So as you can see, I'm a bit passionate about that one.
That's good. And I believe that those are the types of conversations that we need to be having to pick up our hauora. Everyone's hauora, not just the Huarahi Pai whānau, not just us here on this podcast, but it should be so easy to talk about these things.
Yeah.
And by making it easy, giving it a platform, putting a pin in it so we can make sure to circle back to these kinds of kaupapa kōrero, it's important.
Oh yeah.
If we're revisiting this stuff, it's better for the hinengaro, wairua, everything.
Yeah. And that's what real talk is about too. It's so these self-discovery sessions, because we can't look at other people to fix us, to make decisions for us. We have to be able to do that for ourselves. Sometimes we go about in the world and we'll be able to go back to our beginning conversation and hear this, that we're heavily influenced by others. And when we're heavily influenced by others, it creates a weight on us where we start believing these things that we're told. We get a bit anxious, we get a bit shame, and we start to live by the needs of others. Or we just don't have the guts to ask questions or say things ourselves if we're uncomfortable. So if we build the courage up ourselves, then it's easier for us to step into these spaces and say, hey, this is how I want it to be for my child while they're here being immunised. I don't know about this immunisation, so can you give me a little breakdown? It's giving ourselves courage and the strength to shift through all of these boundaries, all these barriers that come up for us.
Now, I'm loving this kōrero. Probably a little bit too much because I've said that maybe 3 times. Now, I want to bring that out more. Barriers, and you're identifying heaps of deep things that will resonate with heaps of us. Heaps of us listening, engaging in this kōrero. Where did you get all this information from? How do you know all this? What gives you such ease to share? What's happened here? Did you go and study for it? Is this what has been instilled in you? Tell us, because it's very interesting.
Oh, gee, I don't think I've talked about this before, but I've always found things hard. I'm not the brightest cookie in the box, okay? So when I went through schooling and everything like that, I didn't understand a lot of things. So even as I shifted through, because my first job was at Kohanga with my children. I ended up teaching there, followed them through their whole schooling until they went to high school. When they finished at intermediate, I knew I couldn't keep following them. So I shifted into, I took a break and I shifted into social work. And we got told a year after I started that job that I had to go and study or I wouldn't be able to keep my job because I needed the qualification. And I really found that tough because I didn't think I was smart enough to study at the time. But I done it, got my degree, and turns out it didn't really help me much. It turned out that the things that I had been through in life were my biggest learnings. The hard things that I went through, I just started thinking about it more because there was a time there where I went through something really hard and I just couldn't figure out why things weren't working out. I didn't want to talk to anyone about it, so I just sat by myself for a few days thinking of why I was thinking this way. I started Googling things, started reading books that I couldn't understand. And it's all just sort of compiled into how I am now. So even reading books, I read a lot of books. I had to read certain books because I couldn't understand the language in the brainy books. And the language has been my biggest barrier. I haven't understood a lot of things because of the language, the way things are said these days. It's, to me, and with my view, it looks like everybody's trying to be brainy and be smart. And I just can't fit in because I'm not brainy or smart. So I work it my own way. My language is the way that I keep my own understanding of things and my understanding of the world. And I guess the people I've worked with have loved that. Did that answer your question? I'm not sure.
It totally did. It answered the question in the way where you've gone out and you've chased that education, academic trail.
Yeah.
But your lived experiences are the things that have really paved your way or built it. You've been able to build from your lived experiences.
Pretty much. The degree just helps me get through a lot of things, work-wise, but my lived experience helps me connect. And grow, like I grow more from the experiences that I go through, the experiences with the people that I work with, than I do sitting in a seminar for 2 days. Because I'm going to walk out of that seminar and not remember anything.
Yeah. That's what it looks like sometimes. Just differences in people, and that's okay.
Yeah.
You've done 2 routes, and that's all right.
I mean, of course, don't get me wrong, I love brainy people. It's just, it doesn't work for me. And I guess people feel the pressure when things don't work for them. They don't know how to shift into a different space or how to be accepted if they don't understand this about themselves. And that's another reason why we back up, why we don't engage, why we don't want to go to things or be part of things, because we feel like we don't fit in. We feel like we're not accepted, so why bother?
And I'll just say, I don't think you're not a brainy person. And maybe a few years ago, lots and lots of years ago, the importance was put on academically achieving individuals, you know?
Yeah.
The real high achievers in the books.
Yeah.
But as the world turns and a few years have gone by, personally, I actually value, gosh, this might be cheesy, but I value more emotional intelligence and being able to communicate emotions, what's the inside saying. Because I think if we boil it all down, we can understand each other at that level.
Yeah.
Everybody
Yeah.
can get what each other are trying to portray, trying to get across the line. I'm trying to tell you something. And if you remove everything, degrees, how many books you can read and the smart books with all the words we don't understand and all of that. If you take that all away, we're just humans.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, this might be getting a bit too deep, but I've always hated how people judge others for the crazy things they do, instead of trying to understand why they're doing the crazy things. And that's been a big thing for me lately, working with people all the time, is that I actually know what these people are like. You're seeing the surface, I get to see underneath. So I know for a fact that there's a reason behind the things that people do. Everything. That might not sit well with you, or with your expectation of how people should be living, but it's the truth. Because like I said, we're all human beings. We just we chucked into scenarios that can't be helped. And there was a saying there, but I won't get into that. I'll start talking for ages.
Share it if you like.
So when we're thrown into things as children, we don't have a choice. Like my daughter at the moment, my baby, she doesn't have a choice whether she wants to be immunized or not. I'm her caregiver. She has to do what I take her to do. Later on in her life, that's going to become part of her unconscious mind. And there's a saying that goes, the unconscious, until you make the unconscious conscious, it will rule and you will call it fate. And that saying is just saying, when you don't understand what's going on within you, the unconscious mind, you're going to be living your life and think you're just living your life to live it. But actually, you were taught that. Your caregivers dragged you through that, and now that's a belief of yours that's ingrained in you. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I love that. And it's good to share all this kōrero. Whether we believe in that, or we want to put all our hope in it or not, at least it's out there. At least we're bringing it to the table.
I guess that's just another lesson too, is that mentioning how as parents, our children are forced into these things. They don't have a choice on the matter really. If we don't make it a comfortable experience for their parents now, their parents are going to teach their children the same thing. Don't go and do that. Those people are full of it. Don't go to that clinic over there. Don't go to the clinic at all.
They're just mean and judgmental.
They'll tell you what to do.
Cool. Well, ka pai. And on that, leaving the power with the listeners, with us as people, it's all up to us to make our own decisions.
Yeah.
Informed decisions.
Yeah. Don't let anyone pressure you to make a decision that you're unsure of, or that you know you don't want to make.
But go out and find the information.
Oh, definitely. Do your own research, as they say. Go read some books that aren't too hard to read. Or have a conversation that with somebody that might be able to help you. Look for a way that works for you to help you make that informed decision.
Now, any last words before we wrap up?
I guess all I'd like to say is that our children are important, so the decisions that we make for them now are going to impact their future. So make sure that when you're making those decisions, you make them with a lot of heart, soul, and intention.